Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. Today, we're talking about crystal, wine glasses, and driving school.
You break it, you buy it.
Here we go.
Get it because the brake's in the car.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10K Dollar Day. This is the comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel. I'm Alison Burns,
I'm Lulu Picard.
and we're so excited to have you here with us today for episode 288. That's right.
Ooh.
If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. What we're about to do is we're going to take a fake $10,000 and we're going to spend it in one place that's very real. You could do this too, but for us, it's imaginary. It's in our heads because we don't have the 10K to spend in one day. But where we're going is all based off of a magic word that one of our listeners gave us. So we're excited to show you that. Then, before we do that, we're going to have some obsession talk, some wish list talk, and then a little improv segment at the end. So stick around for the ride. All right. But first up, we got to know, everyone wants to know, where in the world is Lulu today?
Today, I am in Washington, D.C.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we're here for 3 weeks, and it's really exciting because we're spending July 4th here,
Oh,
which I think is cool. Like July 4th in D.C. while I do 1776. Like that sounds awesome.
yeah.
We're also at the Kennedy Center alongside the Lion King tour. We're in 2 of the theaters at the Kennedy Center, and I have some friends on that tour, so that's also, like, serendipitous, shall I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the third reason I'm excited to be in DC for this long is every time I go to DC, which is not that often, there's so much to do that's free in
Oh, that's true.
DC.
Yeah. Like
Like,
museums.
the monuments, the museums, you can do all the tours, like the White House
Mm-hmm.
tour or whatever. And none of it costs you any money, but it costs you time.
Sure.
And when I go, like, I'm going to go to all of the Smithsonian museums, all of them. I don't have to pick them because when you pick them and you're only there for 2 days, guess what? You always end up at the Air and Space Museum, and it's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the Air and Space Museum. And every time I go with someone, it's like their number one museum, so it gets put on the top of the list. But now I get to go to museums that I just haven't been to,
Yeah.
um, or museums that are tougher to go to. Like I went to the Holocaust Museum when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and it is everyone should do it
Yeah.
at least once, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could only do it once.
Yeah. I did it. I wasn't a kid. I was like a 19. But
Man,
yeah.
if you aren't lucky enough to get to DC physically, I just saw, I think on it's one of the streaming platforms, Wolf Blitzer does a tour of the Holocaust Museum in a documentary form.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't see yourself getting to Washington, D.C., but you think it's worth it, I think you should check it out, everyone.
Yeah,
It's
that's great.
pretty uh, striking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
it's a
well,
rough.
I'm excited you're going to be there.
Yeah, me
That's really
too.
cool. All right, let's talk about what else is cool. Let's talk about our obsessions. My current obsession is something that's come back around in my life. I forgot about it and then I
Uh-huh.
found it again and then I was like, these are
Uh-huh.
so good. It's those lemon Italian ices, the Luigi ones.
They're like snow cones, but not, right?
Yeah, but snow cones are like fluffy.
Snow
This is
cones fluff.
packed.
And do you eat it with a spoon or do you eat it in a
Yes,
cone?
in with a spoon.
I've never had it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You would love it. It's so good.
On a hot day, I bet it's great.
Yeah, or even late last night. I mean, just whenever.
Oh, you can have it at home?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I
in
thought you had to
little
go to a place.
no, they're in little cups
Uh-huh.
in the freezer. You take off the top part, and then it's like this packed, like, I don't know, ice
Is
almost.
it like sorbet?
Mm, it's harder than sorbet, but
Hey.
softer. No, I don't know.
But you love it.
I love it.
Okay, I'll try it.
So good. And you have to like scrape it off in layers
Like
because
in
it's,
curls?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's so rewarding.
Yeah, it's so good. What's your obsession?
My obsession is also something you ingest, and it's something that used to be in my life and has come back around, but my love for it has never wavered.
Oh,
It's sweet tea.
yeah.
I've
Do you
been
go full sweet or do
no,
you do half sweet, half unsweet?
half and half.
Yeah, same.
And if you are in the South and you order a half sweet, half unsweet, they know exactly what you mean.
Mhm.
No one even bats an eye. So if you're from the North and you're like, I don't know, that sounds really high maintenance. No, a lot of people order it that way. It's okay.
Yeah,
And being back in the South for this long, I've just been sweet teeing it up. Like
I bet.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good. I can't get over it. And sometimes when you find the perfect sweet tea, oh,
Mhm.
all bets are off. I'm
Yeah.
having 4 large ones, please, in the big styrofoam cup.
Yeah, it's so good. All right, moving on to wish list. All
Tell me
right.
yours.
So, here's the thing. I wrote this sentence. It's not even a sentence, it's just 4 words. But I do mean it. I wish that there was water you could chew so that I didn't have to drink it. I could chew it,
So it
but it
felt
would
like
still
eating?
it feels like eating, but it would give me all the water nutrition that I need.
So
But I could
you
eat it.
you want like a really hydrating food, or do you specifically want it to be water?
Yeah, I want like some sort of like gum or like chewy snack that when you chew it, it's literally water. It has nothing else in it, but somehow it's chewable.
I mean, fruits and vegetables will get you pretty far.
Yeah, but that's
That's not
not
the answer you
water.
wanted. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I want to be able to like not carry a water bottle around and just have a bag of snacks and just be like eating the snacks all day, but that's water.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be yes, it
It'd
would
be
be great.
so great. I don't think
Someone
there's any
should
way to do it.
I bet there is, and I bet the answer is it would be, like, in gel form,
Yeah.
because they have those, like, um, the gels that marathon runners use,
Oh, yeah, they like yeah.
but it's not water, it's nutrition, I
Yeah.
think. I don't think it's, like,
Yeah.
hydrating you, but I bet that if they got together with one of those, like, electrolyte companies,
Yeah.
they could figure something out, but I also say there's no substitute for actual real, just free, out of the tap, don't have to do anything, available in most countries, thank goodness, water.
Yeah. No, I hear ya. I was just thinking about it.
No, I get it. You know what works? Sweet tea.
Yeah.
You drink a lot if you just drink a lot of sweet tea. So lots of sugar too, so don't,
Yes, yes. All
don't
right,
do it
what's your
like I
wish
do it.
list?
Okay, I have some requests from the hotels around the world.
Okay,
No, I have some requests for the hotels around the world. That's what I meant.
gotcha.
Number 1, really, I only have number 1, more elevators,
Yeah,
especially if your elevators double as your service elevators. So when you're trying to move your bags, there's also someone with a housekeeping cart,
yeah,
and that's hard,
yeah.
everyone. Number 2, carpet that is too high pile because we're
Oh,
rolling luggage.
yeah,
So I like the carpet because otherwise it's too loud.
yes.
I also feel this way about airports, but it has to be that, like, low pile carpet,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
just lets the wheels go phew right
yeah.
over it. Help
I
us
I
out a
think these are
little.
good.
And the third one, this is a big one, that hotel room door handles didn't push the housekeeping tag off when you open the handle from the inside. What is that about?
Okay, now there is a fix to this, and I've seen it.
Is it to gaff tape it to the door? Because that's what the stagehands do.
No, this is for hotels. It's not something we could provide, but when I was in London, the hotel rooms inside the door next to where you would lock it had 2 buttons. One was red, one was green. If you pressed the red button, there was a screen outside your door that would pop up and it was like an X, like do not enter.
Mhm.
And if you press the green button, it showed like the housekeeping sign, like, yes, you can come in.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
They have that in some places. I've seen that some places, but it's not in enough places.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I would say every 3rd hotel I've been in is the kind where when you open the door, the housekeeping tag falls off.
Yes. Uh-huh. Or it
And
gets stuck.
yeah, like, it's I feel this has been going on for decades.
Yeah. I don't know why it
So
isn't just a hole because you
what?
can slide it like the housekeeping tag. Because you know how it has the
It's just
opening?
a hole. Yeah, yeah.
Why don't it just like it fits perfectly so you would slide it up the door
But that's
handle?
not the issue. The issue is that when you turn it from the inside, it also turns
Oh,
on the outside, and so then when it goes down, because it's a
you're right.
lever, it just goes, phew.
You're right.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I
It should be
I
like a magnet.
it sh Some Residence Inns have magnets. I enjoy that. There's listen, there that's the problem, is that I have been to many of these chain hotels, and half the time they figured it out,
Yeah.
and half the time they don't, and I'm in a pretty nice hotel now. It looks like it's been built within the last 10 years,
Okay.
maybe the last 5. Th At this point, it should be standard. Let's
Yeah.
make sure that you can open your door without sliding this tag down. And you might say, "Oh, that sounds so like such a problem. Why is it such a problem?" It's a problem when you have a bad back and you have to bend down every single time you leave your room, especially
Yeah.
if you're now have like bags and bags and then you open the door, the last thing you want is for that tag to fall down.
Yep.
You got to put everything back down. You have to lift it.
So true.
Clearly, I'm living this. You can feel the passion in my voice.
I can.
It builds up. Those little frustrations build up, like, "Thanks for the free crustless quiche in the morning. Help me with the tag."
Oh, well, let's get rid of some of those frustrations. Let's
Okay.
play around with some fake money. Sing it with me. It's time for
10,
10K.
10
It's a 10K dollar day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two. As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do. We buy top drawer, but we don't really pay. So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
All right, it's time for that magic word. Here it is.
This is Adam Guy, and I'm a tour operator in New York City. And the word is serendipity.
All right,
Hi, Adam. Wait, I
serendipity.
have to say hi to Adam. I haven't seen him in so long, and Adam is such a huge supporter of us. He's been listening since the beginning, and he supports, every project I do. He's just been there, and he came to us as a friend through someone else, and he's just become our friend too. And I'm totally gonna plug you now, Adam. Adam is a tour guide in New York City. He's an independent tour guide. So if you are looking to go to New York and be shown around what you want to see, but with lots of trivia and with a friendly face, please contact Adam. And we'll figure out how to tell you how to do that. I will look that up while Allison talks about her day.
Okay, perfect. That will also be in our newsletter. So if you guys want to see that information, just go to 10kdollarday.com and you can click newsletter and submit your email address. And then every Wednesday, you're going to get a newsletter from us. It's going to have all kinds of fun information. And it's always really pretty too. Lulu works very hard on it.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, I found it. On Instagram, it's I know a guy NYC tours. His name is Adam Guy. Come on, I know a guy. Why couldn't I think of that? I don't know. But if you go on Instagram to I know a guy NYC, you will be able to contact Adam and you'll be able to see some of the cool tours that he's taken. He always puts like a selfie up with the people he takes around and it's very cool. I've been tour guided by him and I recommend it highly.
I love it. All right. So, serendipity. Now, here's something. If you'll notice, the title of the episode is actually the serendipitous episode. And the reason I did that is because we actually had another serendipity episode. And here's what's crazy it was almost exactly a year ago.
Wait, really?
Yes, it was June 8th of 2022.
So June is our serendipitous month.
Isn't that
Something
crazy?
something about you well, it's your birthday month.
It is. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it was episode 233. If anyone wants to go back and find it and listen to our serendipity episode. And this was before Lulu and I decided to split up the days. So her and I each did a day. She went to Valparaiso, Indiana to visit the retreat at Serendipity Province. And I went to Todos Santos, Mexico, where I stayed at the Serendipity Resort. So I decided to then say, man, that was serendipity. This is serendipitous. So I played with your word a little bit, Adam. So the serendipitous episode, now serendipitous means discovered by chance, right? So I decided I was just going to take a chance. I was going to go to randomcity.net and go anywhere that it told me to go. I was going to click.
Whoa.
And wherever that first one popped up, that's where I was going. So we're going to Sofia, Bulgaria.
Ooh.
I know,
Okay.
right? So I then Googled Sofia, Bulgaria hotel. And I told myself, whatever pops up first, that's where I'm going to stay. Well, of course, it was like a Hyatt. So we're going to the Hyatt Regency in Sofia. But what's great is I have points at the Hyatt, but I'm not going to use it here because I have 10K. So I got, for both of us, the Regency Suite Vasil Levitsky Square View, and it's $1,200 for 2 nights. So you and I are both going to be in that suite. Now, before I keep going, I would like to say this. Because this is a serendipitous episode, Lulu, I also felt that part of this episode is going to be taking chances, and I wanted you to be part of that. So I'm going to give you throughout this episode options of what we're going to do, and you just get to pick, and I'm going to add it up as we go. So right
Whoa.
now I'm telling you, I don't know my total.
Okay. Listen, I know you really well. So this is either a huge creative brainstorm or you didn't finish writing this day.
It was a little bit of both, I got to say.
Okay. I'm
But I
ready
was
to help
really
you out.
excited about you choosing things too. But
No,
I
I'm
did. I had to
excited.
do lots of research because, if it's a choose your own adventure, I got to have the options for both. So I
That's
had
right.
to do
That's right.
extra research, really. Okay. So $1,200, we're staying
I
at
love
the
how
Hyatt.
defensive you got. Like I do think you did work. I didn't think you just showed up. If either of the two of us did that, it would be me. So I have full trust in you.
Okay. To breakfast at Cafe 1920.
I don't want to go there.
Why?
That's my first choice.
Wait. That's not the first choice. I'll tell you when your
Oh,
choices are. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going there because there's a few reasons, but one, it's dedicated, it says, to your childhood. So all of the menu items are things that Bulgarian children would have eaten, like from their moms.
Wait, so like if this was in America, it'd be like chicken tenders and mac and cheese?
Yes. Or like for
Okay.
breakfast, it would be like waffles with smiley faces on it. Like it's
Okay.
all kids.
Okay, let's do it.
So
Let's do it.
cute.
That's funny.
Okay. So I'm already just saying what we're gonna buy there. So that doesn't really count. So I'm gonna spend about $40 in our breakfast there, and we're gonna get the Strandhenka wannabe, which is what they called it. And it's Bulgarian toast made with meat and cheese, and then they bake it and put mayo on it. That's like what kids like to eat there.
Okay. It sounds like a toasted ham and cheese sandwich.
Yes, and then we're also getting the Bulgarian fluffy donuts.
Okay.
And it's served with chocolate, honey, and jam. You can dip the donuts in them.
That sounds great, kids
Yeah.
of Bulgaria.
Yes, very excited. All right, here's your next, or I should say your first. Here's your first choice. We can either explore Sofia's historic landmarks on a guided walking tour, or explore Sofia's garden wonders on a guided walking tour. So historic landmarks, gardens.
I mean, you know me. I'm going to pick the landmarks.
Okay, landmarks it is. And you know what's great is that they were both the exact same price. So that was an
Hey!
easy ad. Okay, so we're gonna go on a guided walking tour and they take you around to see all the historic landmarks and then they stop and they give you tea and you get treats along the way at different cafes that are all included in the walking tour. The walking tour per person, guys, this is pretty pricey, but it's an all-day event in our imaginary day, is $686.77.
For the walking tour?
Yeah.
They're not even driving you, you're
Yeah,
walking.
I know you're walking and you get to see it all and they feed you too and like give you drinks and stuff, so I don't know, but it's expensive. I
Y'all, if
did
you're willing to pay that, you should call Adam Guy and walk around New York because I don't know what he charges, but I can't imagine.
What if he was like, "Actually, it's
I know, what if he was like,
$686.77."
"Thanks a lot, Lulu, because I charged $7.50 and now nobody's gonna come on my tour."
Uh, no, I don't know, you know how you can, filter it? I filtered it from most expensive to least expensive for the
But 6
tours, and that was up
over
there.
650 for 2 people?
Yeah,
Like, I understand they're feeding you, but are they feeding you at expensive place? Like, is this a luxury version of a tour where
maybe.
you go to the best restaurants and you have, like, VIP access to something and you can only get in this
Yeah.
way if you bought a premium ticket or something?
I'm gonna email them and ask.
Are you?
No. Okay,
Okay.
next up. You get to choose the next adventure. Do you want to do the drift school driving experience or the couples adventure?
Oh, actually, that's hard because I love to drive, but I'm so curious about what the couple's adventure is. So, I'm gonna go on the couple's adventure because we can kinda guess what the driving one is.
Okay. Now, this is fun games and challenges as you do a city walk. So we download an
Wait,
app.
we just walked for, like, 7 hours.
Well, it's your choice, serendipitous. So
Dang
you never
it.
know what's going to happen. You download an app on your phone and then you have to follow clues to get to your next destination by taking on tasks and answering tricky and funny questions about each other.
Oh, it's like, the dating game,
Yeah.
except also, what's that show that used to be Amazing Race?
Oh, yeah, it's exactly.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that fun? Well, this one's only $10 per person. You chose the cheap one.
Oh, hey, look at me.
Yeah, the other one, the driving school was 240. So, all right, next up. I wanted to make some traditional Bulgarian drinks with you.
Oh, sure,
So,
sounds great
I would
after a
like you
couple's
to choose.
adventure.
I'm not going to describe these drinks. I'm just going to tell you their names. You get to choose. Are we going to make the Aaron, the Boza, or the Rakia?
The rakia.
Okay. That was the most expensive. It's fruit brandy, basically. It's their most popular traditional drink. To make this drink, we're going to have to start 16 weeks in the past.
We're making the brandy?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize we were actually making the liqueur.
Yeah, I
I
had to buy all the stuff.
Okay, let's do it.
So, we're going to time travel back 16 weeks. We're going to buy 44 pounds of fruit. We're talking plums, grapes, and pears.
Okay, it
Then
sounds
we
great.
need between 170 and 340 ounces of pure water.
Okay.
And it's going to sit for 16 weeks and
Yeah.
ferment. And sometimes this brandy comes out at 50% alcohol.
You just have to put the fruit in the water and wait?
Well, there's more to it. There's like a fermenting process that involved like a cheesecloth and like some other things.
Okay,
We're
okay,
going to
okay.
get all the exact, directions, but we're going to spend about $180 to make this, to get the
Okay.
tub, to get all the fruit, and to get the
Okay.
water. Now, just a quick touch on the other two drinks. The Aeron is a fresh and light yogurt drink that when Bulgarians eat any heavy meats, they mix yogurt, soda water, and salt. and it becomes this like frothy, they like mix it in a blender. It
Yeah.
becomes like this frothy drink because of the soda water, and they drink it along with their heavy meat, and it's supposed to like
I wanna
kind of
try
like
that.
I know, I kinda wanna do too.
There's a Japanese yogurt flavored soda, and I wonder I've never tried it, but it's
I
really
bet it's like
popular.
that.
Yeah, so I'm wonder but it I the salt,
Yeah,
I don't know because I haven't tried either of them, but, I totally wanna try that. That
I
sounds
know, same.
fascinating.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
and then the Boza is a semi-sweet malt drink with fermented grains, rice, sugar, yeast, and water.
It's like beer and sake
Yeah,
had a baby.
exactly. Yep.
Okay.
All right, but we went with the rakia, so we're gonna get drunk off that. Okay.
Okay.
Now we need something fun to hold our rakia in.
Cowboy boot.
Like to drink it out of a cowboy boot?
Kinda just
I was thinking more Bulgarian crystal, like,
Oh, that's more
ware.
10K.
Yeah. So, there's this place called Nachtman, and they make the best Bulgarian crystal, like, vases, bowls, uh, tumblers, whiskey glasses, you name it. They have all of this amazing, gorgeous crystal. So, your choice, Lou, whiskey, wine, or water?
Water. So that my best friend will be hydrated.
Okay, well, water. Here comes the crystal water glass. Never mind, they don't make a water glass, so it's $0.
Wha What kind of choose your own adventure game is this?
No, listen, on their website, it says water and beer. So I clicked it and it says no results, but everything else had something. So it gave me the option too.
That's
And
so
when I
weird.
clicked it, nothing came up, no
No,
prices.
sorry. Okay. So
So
do I have to
here,
repick
nope,
or
on my calculator plus 0.
okay.
Okay. I will talk quickly about the other ones because this is insane. They have these whiskey tumblers that are called the Nachman Suf Fa. You get 4 crystal tumblers, 4 glasses, $3,483.13.
What?
Yep.
It's like 800 something dollars a glass.
Yep. But wait, this is worse.
What?
Then there's something called, now, if you would have picked wine, there's a wine tumbler. Listen to this. It's called the Rydell Sommelier. Is that how you say it? Sommelier.
Sommelier?
Sommelier. Sauternes. This one glass, it's one. It was made to emphasize acidity and balance wine's sweetness and finish. Okay.
What?
Yes, listen. The guy who created this, Klaus, he found out that wine shows more depth and better balance when enjoyed from certain shapes.
I've heard this. I've heard that general concept before.
I have never heard that.
Because that's why, like, some of the, well, like, you know those brandy snifters that are meant to, like, get all the smells right up on your nose?
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
kind of like a bell. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
know that, and then I know, like, the champagne flute is like that so that the bubbles have a little farther to go.
That's
So, there are
crazy.
certain things I've heard, but I don't know them, so tell me more.
Yeah. No, so he says that the way this glass is thin blown, unadorned, so it literally has nothing else on it. It's
It
just the glass,
it looks like a Target
the
wine glass.
crystal. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And nothing else on it. And it's thin blown and the shape of it, it's a very interesting shape. He says that it helps balance the fresh characters and high mineral components, emphasizing fruit aromas. And they have studied this.
I wanna try it.
Well, this one glass
Tell me, I can't
is
wait.
$9,717.82.
What?
Yeah, so if you would have picked wine, we would have gone over budget.
It's a 10K glass?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know where to go from there.
Isn't that crazy?
Do you know what type of wine you must be used to drinking if you buy a glass that's $10,000.
I wonder if you buy a glass that's $10,000, if even like Trader Joe wine would be like amazing.
Like, you could just
Buy
do the
any.
$2 Chuck forever because you bought
Yeah.
the $10,000
Yeah.
wine. It's like a magic spell wine glass.
Yeah.
They should say that. They should say, "It's $10,000, but it will make anything you drink taste like $1,000,000 wine."
I mean, that's not a bad marketing strategy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they should call it rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, that was good. Okay. So basically, that brings me to the end of our day. We're going to enjoy some cheap wine, probably. I don't know. But listen, Lou, your grand total
Mm.
is $2,813.54.
Don't blame it on me just because I picked water instead of wine.
Oh my God. Hey, 10K Dollar Day listeners, do you have a business or organization that you want to promote right here on 10K Dollar Day? Well, you can do it, and here's how.
You can have your ad permanently embedded in an episode. You could sponsor a blog post, get shout outs on social media, and we will write the ad copy for you, and we will even say it with our professional voices.
That's right. Not like she just did. It's so easy, and believe me, it's so worth it. All right, so that's what I would do with 10K in a choose your own adventure type town, Bulgaria. Oh, that's not it.
That's not right.
Sofia, Bulgaria. You know what? Why edit anything? But this is what we would do with 10K if we had it to give away. Lulu,
Uh-huh.
what's the charity that you found?
Okay, so you defined serendipity as it had the word chance in it, right? When you picked
Correct.
out that definition. I didn't do real research, so I didn't look up the definition. And in my head, serendipity was like being in the right place at the right time.
Okay.
And so I started to look for foundations and nonprofits that had to do with time.
Oh, that's cool.
And I found the Tea Time Foundation, which is actually based in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I am while I record this.
Nice.
So that's fun. And they are an executive coaching and mentoring nonprofit for women that are held back in the workforce.
Oh,
And
wow.
so they talk about minority women, victims coming out of intimate partner violence, victims with violence in their background, and how they have economic hardship and they're like, they can't tell where their future is going to be. And so they want to support women who are either underrepresented in the workplace or who have survived traumatic and life altering circumstances.
Oh,
And they
wow.
give them guided workshops, they do one on one mentoring sessions, all that kind of stuff. But here's cool. Here's cool. Here's what's cool. Ay, ay, ay. This is a program that, yes, happens in Nashville, but it's also completely virtual if you need it to be. So it doesn't
Oh,
matter
that's
where you
cool.
live. Yeah. If you want to apply for this, it's very easy. We're going to have the link right on the website. If you know of a woman that you think could benefit from this, I think it'd be cool. And they do a 6-week program with executive coaches. It includes 3 virtual one on one sessions, 3 virtual group sessions, outlines and materials. And there's one where you can pay for one, like you can actually sponsor someone through this for $995,
Yeah.
or you can apply or submit someone to receive it for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're interested, check it out. It looks really cool. And you can support this Nashville based program by clicking our website. No, by checking out our newsletter.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So I found a charity called Serendipity Charity Quilt Along.
Quilt along?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
So basically, anyone who wants to comes together. It's in South Texas, and they sew, and it benefits Make a Wish Central and other South Texan charities. And they obviously Make-A-Wish grants the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions. And then other South Texan charities also come forward and they can participate in the Serendipity Stitch Along. So basically, there's also 2 other shops. There's one called the Fat Quarter Shop and Moda Fabrics. They will match up to $30,000 of all donations raised for the
Whoa.
Serendipity Stitch Along. So basically, a lot of people come together and they stitch and they sew and they make things, and you can buy those things or you can just donate to the cause right out. So we'll have all of that information in our newsletter as well. And if you have a charity that you want to feature, please email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We also love to hear about your happies. So if you're not part of our Facebook group, which is 10K Dollar Bays, BAES, you can also just email us those happies or tag us at 10K Dollar Daily Happy on Instagram. And we'd love to feature you on our story as well. So let's talk about our happies. Lulu, what's your happy today?
Well, my happy is the drive that we took to get from Greenville, South Carolina to Nashville because we went through the Smoky Mountains
Ooh,
and
that's
they're
cool.
just so beautiful. You and I have both done vacations where we've gotten cabins here and
Mm-hmm.
kind of done the scenery, but it's such a gorgeous part of the country and it is foggy on these mountains a lot.
Yeah.
So you kind of drive through it and you're like, they're smoky.
Yeah.
And they're just lots of green. They're very covered with trees everywhere. So as you
Yeah.
go through, it kind of feels like you're in a mountain forest, but it's cool and it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. So the Smoky Mountains are my happy.
I love it.
What about you?
Well, my happy has to do with weather too, which is ironic. So last night and early this morning, there was like a torrential rainstorm, like crazy. So when I was supposed to wake up at 7 a.m., it was dark. And so
Ooh,
I decided to hit snooze. And
yeah.
I slept till like a couple hours later because it was raining and dark outside.
I
And
love that.
I woke up and was like, that was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you press snooze in general? Ever?
Yes. Yeah. Every day.
How many times?
I would say at least 2.
Do you set
And then
one or multiple alarms?
I set 2 alarms. One is the one I snooze a lot. And then
Uh-huh.
I set one for about 30 minutes later that I have. If that one goes off, Allison, you better get up.
Are they on separate ringtones?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the first one is like, it starts like it's a crescendo. It's like like super sweet. And then I'll snooze it. And then the second time as it comes on, it's like na 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 like, and then the third time it's like na 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 na. And then the fourth time, if it's that new one, it'll be like I'm like, okay, I'm getting up.
Now, does your husband also do the same thing?
Okay, here's the thing about him.
Oh boy.
He sets one alarm and it's the from the beginning, but he hits snooze 30,000 times. So if he has to be up before me, I'm up. Because I wake up because it's the
Right.
So my body goes, oh God, we got to get up. But then he keeps hitting it. So then it keeps going off. Then I'm like, I don't have to be up. I'm trying to sleep. It's a nightmare. And then I'll
Right.
hit him. I'm like, turn off your alarm. It's a daily
I'm
thing.
so glad I asked.
All right, let's get to my favorite part of the show. It's time for
10K Roleplay.
All right, you ready?
So ready?
Okay. So I went straight to Google for help on this one, and I Googled serendipitous examples because I needed some inspiration as to what to give you.
Okay.
And the paragraph that popped up, the first thing you see, was so hysterically funny to me. And that I was like, yeah, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to read what Google told me to tell you. Because I also felt like it was serendipitous. I was like, well, there it is. I got to read it. I got to say it. Google said a serendipitous moment happens by accident, usually when you're doing something completely unrelated, Like, here comes your character. Digging a hole in your yard to bury your hamster and finding a treasure chest of jewels. That's a sad but serendipitous funeral.
That's what Google said?
Yeah, verbatim. And so that's what just happened to your character. You were digging a hole in your yard to bury your hamster and you found
Yeah.
a treasure chest of jewels.
I was digging my hole, bury my hamster. I found a treasure chest of jewels. Let's do it.
Okay.
Treasure chest of jewels is hard to say fast.
Treasure chest of jewels.
Do it 4 times.
Treasure chest of jewels, treasure chest of jewels, treasure chest of jewels. Yeah, you're right. Treasure chest of jewels.
It's
Yeah.
a tr and the ch and the j in a row. Just a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay, so Lulu, what is your
boy.
current obsession?
Well, I'm really obsessed with this new hamster cage that I saw on hamsteraccessories.com. And it's really beautiful. And I wish that I could get it for my hamster because I can finally afford it with these jewels. But the only reason I haven't afforded it is because he's dead.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes I laugh when I feel uncomfortable. That's why.
Thank you for not laughing at my pain.
No. Okay, what's on your wish list? Oh, dare I ask?
Well, tomorrow, Mr. Ham and I were Mr. John Hamster and I were supposed to go out for a walk in the park. It was our 3rd anniversary of living together as hamster and wife, and I was really excited about it. I had bought him a little hamster tuxedo, and I was just going to wear jeans because it's a park, but I had bought him a tuxedo, and we were going to walk around and look at the flowers, and then I had built myself a wheel just like his, but people size. So I thought that after that, we could kind of like wheel around together and do all this type of stuff, but that's not possible. So I guess my wish list is that there's a park up in hamster heaven and that he's doing it without me.
Okay. If you had $10,000 to spend on
do.
yourself.
I do.
Okay, so how are you going to spend your $10,000 in jewels?
Oh, I'm going to get another hamster.
Okay.
I mean, I have all the stuff, I have all the sawdust and I still have the feed and I do still have his wheels. So you know what? I might even just buy that cage.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Moving on. All right. So if you had 10,000, well, you do. If how are you going to give away your 10,000, the other 10,000 in jewels?
Oh, yes. Well, Mr. John Ham's favorite activity was to watch me play Legend of Zelda. And so I would like to give 10,000. I was going to give $10,000 away, but instead what I did is I bought Zelda jewels with it. I've never played
with your
Zelda.
real jewels.
I don't know how to play Zelda. I took $10,000 and then I gave them to the people when you buy things in games, and then I bought $10,000 worth of jewels, and I'm going to give them away to Zelda players here in my local town.
That's very nice.
I'm gonna go to the gaming comic book store, and I'm gonna stand there and say, "Who plays Zelda?"
Yes.
And then I'm just gonna give them codes to
great.
Power up their characters.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet. They'll appreciate
what
that.
Mr. John Ham would have wanted.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. Final question. Ooh. What's your happy?
I don't know why that was funny to me. I'm so sorry. What's my happy?
Yeah.
Well, I get my bed to myself. It's a little bed because I made it hamster sized. And truth be told, it's hard for me. I have to curl up in a little ball and it's not very comfortable. But today I get the full hamster king bed to myself. So I don't want to brag, but I think I am going to not have to curl my toes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. And I hope you come to the next wedding.
Do you realize that I think the last episode you fell in love with a mouse, and now in this episode you married a hamster?
I don't know what I'm doing. You're right, I did fall in love with a mouse. I don't know. I saw the latest Guardians movie, and there's a lot of animal stuff in it, and so I just feel protective to them all now.
Oh, God. All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, well, speaking of superheroes,
Okay.
you are the anti-serendipity superhero, and that means you always get there just after the nick of time.
Okay. All
Are you
right.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for being here.
Mhm.
What is your obsession today?
Well, my obsession is actually this new clock that I got in my lair. It is up it's up on the wall and it's actually 1 hour fast. It was very hard to get it made because no one wanted to make something that wasn't actually on time for me. Because everything now in this universe, it all is controlled by a space station. And so everything's on space station time. So I had to find an underground clockmaker to make my new clock that's actually an hour ahead. So that way, I think I can try to be on time for some of the things that I'm trying to save, because I'm sick of the names they're calling me. So
Oh,
um,
that sounds terrible.
yeah, the headlines. It's like delayed diva once again, stuff like that. Tardy Tina, and Tina's not even my name. So, the clockmaker made me this clock. It's my new obsession. I'm able to get there a little bit closer to time when I need to
Okay,
save people.
perfect.
Yes.
Now,
hmm
what is your on your wish list right now?
Well, my wish list is I wish that the newspapers would stop covering things in such a negative manner. Because here's what they don't understand. I'm getting there. I'm getting there to help save the day. And you know what? To be honest, even though sometimes I'm a little late and other people have to step in and do the role for me, I'm always there for the cleanup. And I don't shy away from that. And they don't ever cover that part. So I wish that the newspapers would stick around a little longer. And I wish that they would see me helping clean up the glass after the robbers,
Okay.
knocked it out to rob the bank, or handing the old lady a nice cup of tea after her purse was stolen. I'm there for the aftermath, and that's, I think, sometimes just as important as stopping the bad deed.
I think so. We need people on
Yes.
all sides of that. Thank you for highlighting that. Okay.
Yes.
If you had $10,000 to spend in one day, how would you
Mm.
do it?
If I had $10,000 to spend in one day, I think I would opt to upgrade my suit.
Oh,
So my suit is a little run down. I can't get sponsored at the moment
sure.
because I'm not actually showing up to save anyone. So no one wants to help, the belated lady. So
The belated lady.
yeah, it's just one of the many names. So I would definitely upgrade my suit. I'd take the money because we don't actually, as superheroes, I don't know if you know this, we don't make money. We're sponsored. So
Oh,
different people in the universe will sponsor us. They'll pay for our housing. They'll pay for our food. They'll pay for our cars. We just have to plug them in different ways or show up to events and like wave, say
I get it.
hello, take pictures. But I don't have any sponsors at the moment. So I'm living on old residual checks. So I would definitely want to upgrade my suit with that 10K because there's some holes happening. Some of the air gets in as I
Gotcha.
zoom as fast as I can to the next place. It's not as bulletproof as it used to be. There are some soft spots, but I won't let that be known because who knows who's listening. So yeah, that's what I would do. Upgrade that suit.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think you
Mhm.
need a good suit for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if you had $10,000 though to give away, how would you do that?
Mhm. There is a charity that's here for people who are past due on their rent, and I relate to that because it's, you're late. Times are tough. So I would donate to them and help people get back on board with their rent, pay their rent on time. So I'd give all that 10K away. So, they wouldn't be delinquent anymore.
Oh, that's sweet. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, well, last question. What's your happy?
Well, my happy is that even though I'm tardy to most things, part of the good part of that is that I feel like I'm a little more zen than most superheroes. And that's because I take my time with things. A lot of them are rushing around. They're always like hyper aware of what's happening and they got to get there as fast as they can.
Mm.
I hear what's happening, but I take it in first. And I actually think that that's a good thing. So my happy is the fact that I'm zen and I can embrace that feature of myself. I do yoga every single day. And I think that that helps me out. And so, yeah, my happy is the Zen part of my life, the yoga part of my life. I don't hear all the calls, and that's okay. So I'm owning my unpunctuality.
Okay. I love that. Well, thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you later if you make it.
Sure. All right. Thanks for being here again, you guys. We would love to connect with you again. Sign up for that newsletter, and you can go to our website and donate to this podcast. This is a full time project with no full time paycheck attached to it. So check it out. You can become a Patreon sponsor, which is monthly. You subscribe to the podcast for as little as $2 a month, or you can donate a one time donation, and that is also on the website. All right, 10K Dollar Day is produced by 10K Dollar Day LLC. Intro by Stan Collins. The 10K logo art by Jacob McAllister. 10K jingle by Rockwell and Rose. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. Let's end this how we end it every week with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?